The Zone Coverage Podcast Network.
The Andy, Luke, and Arif football machine.
Autobots, transform! I like this kind of party!
Straight cash, homie.
Starts now.
I'm in. All right, Tom, ready to go?
We're rolling.
Welcome back to the Rundown for another Zone Coverage Football Machine, Zone Coverage Podcast Network. I'm your not almost Andy Carlson at Andy Carlson Show on the Twitter machine, and I have equity. More equity than Hulk Hogan lost, greenlighting that Deadspin hit piece on the Mighty Ducks.
You do that.
Which is what I assume that his daily activities are at Gawker Media. But probably not.
Yeah, his position as an employed person of Gawker Media.
He's just sitting in a corner office with a cigar, and he tells the secretary to take a letter. It's like back in the day. That's how things are done. That's how business is done. Whatever happened to his daughter's pop music career?
Oh, yeah.
I was in. Tom, get Brooke Hogan's pop song for the draft.
I'm doing it. Papa Don't Preach? Wasn't that one of them?
No, that was the Osborne kid.
Oh, the Osborne kid, yeah. Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah, because I remember Chappelle
So
Show
that
was like...
never took off.
Papa Don't Preach. More like Daughter Don't Sing.
Perfect Chappelle right there. But
Yeah.
See, this is great. This is great because we're a month away from the draft, and this is what we talk about.
wait till
the
after
important
the
stuff.
draft.
Yeah.
Wait till those 2.5.
The entire pre-show meeting, which is just us BSing for 20 minutes before the show, like there was nary a draft mentioned.
It was about a boat that is not logical.
We were talking about old Hulk Hogan movies,
Yeah.
and if you haven't checked out Suburban Commando with
Yes.
Christopher Lloyd, check it out.
Amazing.
I'm sure you can rent it on Amazon or something like that. Robbed of an Oscar, let's be honest. And now the only other one, 1989, No Holds Barred, me and Arif were looking at, this is The Bad Guy.
Wow. Oh, that's Debo.
Yeah.
That's
Friday.
from Friday. No Holds Barred. And this was right around his TV show, which we were just talking about. What was
Also,
it? Thunder in Paradise? Unbelievable.
Also, Debo's great in The Dark Knight as the prisoner on the boat.
Yeah.
When he throws away the detonator. It's like, we're not going to blow people up. Even though it's like, come on. You would have pushed the button, man.
Yeah, for like the last 15 years, everybody looks at him and goes, you're the bad guy in every movie. Well, he's like, I want a role where I'm the good guy for once.
Everyone thinks
But everyone
Michael,
assumes I'm the
Yeah.
bad guy.
how come everyone keeps calling him Michael Clark Duncan? He's dead. Come on, man. Oh, Tom, for premium zone member, zone coverage members, we should do synced up audio files where we watch a really bad movie and give running commentary.
I think absolutely.
Yeah. So it's like, Dark Side of the Moon, and then you sync it up with The Wizard of Oz. It's like that, except not.
Wait, so
I think I knew it. I knew
my
what you were-
friends did, like when they got high
Yeah.
on Life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be great.
I had friends who would sync up Dark Side of the Moon to literally every movie. One movie it worked out crazy good for, Kung Pao Enter the Fist.
Ooh, okay.
What?
Yeah. The
Yeah.
spoof, kind of the spoof
Yeah,
one.
right.
Yeah,
It made
super
no
funny.
sense.
Because
but it was
Wizard
like-
of Oz works. Like when the
does
clocks
work.
are going off and she's, it works.
The
works.
rhythm of the fight scenes works
Really?
works really well with whatever album it's like.
Wait,
whatever
is it Enter the Fist a Stormy Daniels movie?
Oh, stop.
That's a different one.
Oh, by the way, before we get into the football stuff, which is coming.
My new Abby. Guy dominated Hollywood and WWF for about
Rip
5
him.
Which
years.
is amazing. His name is Terry. Like, don't give up on your dreams. A guy
Right.
named Terry did all that. Yeah.
If Terry can do it.
I mean, Terry Allen, though. I mean, come on.
Right.
Terry Glenn, Arif Hasan, Luke Inman joining me. What's up, guys? Working the board, Tom Schreier. Hey.
I'm here.
Feeling good.
It's almost draft season. It's less than a month
Mock
away.
draft, baby.
Yeah.
Can't wait. We got another mock tonight?
We do. We have a 7-round Vikings draft. It's not a mock draft. It's a simulation.
Oh, so sorry.
Yeah. We're doing that up. We're doing a Fanspeak mock draft. We're using
2018.
our guy
2018
NTD.
simulations.
Yeah, whatever. NDT scouting
Action
Kyle Krabs,
figures.
big board, and we're going to hit it up. We're not doing trades because we're talking off air. It's like, you feel like if you don't trade a pick, You're just kind of wasting it.
Well, it's just like, there will be a trade.
Yeah.
So it's like, I kind of want to be as accurate as possible, but then it's like, how much time do I want to spend on
Right,
this?
yeah.
And how far off or really more
Whatever.
accurate is it really going to be? Because, like, it's
But I mean,
impossible to
we're talking
project.
about all the reasons that we shouldn't do trades. Next week, we're probably just going to do trades.
1,000%. It's only 3 weeks left, man. We got to do this.
Yeah.
No, see, we're going to do another first. We'll do a 2-round mock draft, except we each take over a division. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Got the South. We're going to be good.
I like the idea of doing 2 Fanspeak mock drafts next week with trades, except one of them is just we try to get Quentin Nelson.
Yeah.
That's the only goal.
Just straight up.
Yeah.
It's going to be phenomenal. What are you guys working on this week? We're cranking out. We got some big-time stuff.
You see it on the whiteboard we have here in our studio. We're
Yeah.
doing a bunch of draft content.
That looks like a Pokeball.
It is.
Yep, Arif's got the Pokeballs going.
Yeah, that's my responsibility. He's got the Pokeballs.
But
catch me too?
In all honesty, he's working on the spider charts, which I've always been a huge fan of those spider charts.
Yeah.
Obviously, Arif's is going to be tweaked a little bit and not look like those old school spider charts. I've got a top 40, or we've collectively has our top 40, but I'm working on kind of 2-3 minute video breakdowns for each one of our top 40. Then Arif and I are going to get into our positional videos and breakdowns, and then Viking need breakdowns. Most of that's going to be up by, I would say, first few days in April-ish on Zone Coverage, zonecoverage.com. So check that out. Pumping out some more Draft Rap podcasts as well. Got some great guests coming up. Dane Brugler from CBS gave me a green light. Hopefully he'll be on in the next 2 weeks. He's pretty busy right now. But
Yeah, if you can get him on, man. He's so busy right now.
Super busy.
That'd be
and
great.
Feel kind of bad bugging some of these guys because there's so much content to be churned out these last few weeks before the draft. I know they don't have a ton of time on their hands, but yeah, it sounds like Dane Brugler should be coming up on the Draft Rap podcast here soon. So,
I mean, at a certain point, don't the draft guys just regurgitate everything? It's almost like
I feel like some 60-70% of the draft guys that you could talk to do regurgitate stuff.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you talk to people like Kyle Krabs, NTT Scouting.
Well,
you talk to Dane Brugler. It's mostly original work that they do.
Yeah, what are they
I don't mean it as
regurgitating?
I don't mean it as like a knock, but it's like when you get to this point, pro days are mostly done, combine and Senior Bowl, all that's done. So now we just wait until the Jets do something stupid. Doesn't really change.
They already did.
Yeah,
but going off of
we traded up with no one in mind.
Yeah. We had 6 or 7 guys that we're targeting.
Yeah.
So you traded up from 6?
I'm so confused about that, dude. Now, I will say this. The more you kind of play everything out, and it's like if Cleveland, or I should say more so the Giants, end up going Barkley, or I'm not super convinced that they won't go maybe Chubb. A great quarterback's going to be sitting there at 3 for them. So, would it be insane if they ended up trading back out of that spot? But what if they recouped more?
Like
Then
in
it's
draft
like, oh,
day.
you won
Yeah.
then.
Yeah, it's like just like in draft
Yeah.
day.
Well,
You ended up with more.
Yeah.
You got the guy who's going to get all along.
More currency and more
yeah,
players.
they ended up with more picks on the.
But, man, they gave up a lot. But we'll see. Jury's still out. We'll see what they end up doing with that 3rd pick. I'd be shocked if they traded it. You don't do that without 2 guys in mind.
All right, speaking of trades, let's hop in.
Are we doing it?
Yeah,
Let's go.
Well, not with the draft, but all right. So, full disclosure.
You wanted to hear Brooke Hogan?
Yeah. Full disclosure.
Did you find a Brooke Hogan song?
Oh, I absolutely did. Featuring stacks with a money sign.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I was overly annoyed about the Circle Me Bert controversy going down. They took it away. Oh, wait, no, they didn't. Even though Bert said that they did. Whatever. So when that happens, I just start kicking up stuff. So I was like, all right, Diggs in the 2019 second-round pick for OBJ. Who says no? Are you guys in or out? First off.
Wait, Diggs
For
and a
what?
first for Odell?
Diggs and a 2019 second for OBJ. Straight up.
Oh, 2019 second? Yeah. Diggs and a 2019 second for OBJ, yes.
I think that's a fair deal. The contract scares the hell out of me once you get into real world actually salary cap.
I don't
like
think he's
this
going to
contract.
actually cost $20
OBJ.
million.
Yep.
I think he's going to cost maybe 17.
I think it's
I'm fine with
fair.
that.
Money out. I think that is a fair trade. Diggs and a second rounder for
Because
OBJ.
1,400 votes on the poll I put out, 68% out, 32% in.
Yeah, it's a fair split.
Yeah.
Go for
And
the money is concerning.
I understand a lot of the reasons, but also I wanted to bust out the Kirk Cousins plus $8 million is better than Sam Bradford. The whole in a vacuum argument. Ted Bridgewater's making $15 million this year. No.
He's making $500,000, right?
Yeah.
This is what
Well, okay,
he's
so-
He's making 1/30th of that.
He's making $500,000 guaranteed, and then he gets like per game active bonuses.
Ton of incentives,
that can
which
add
is
up
good.
to $5 million.
So
If you're only making $500K, you better have a ton of
I have two
incentives.
thoughts. Do you guys read the Peter King thing on Cousins? Like him talking about how he came over?
No,
Absolutely
the website was so bad I had to check out.
I try not to read.
That's fair.
People still do
What Andy said.
Is there a video?
No, right. So the most interesting thing to come out of it is that Trevor Siemian has the same agent, and basically it sounds like Kirk Cousins demanded that Siemian was his backup.
Sorry, what?
Really?
This is
Demanded?
what I read from and this is
If you're
relayed from
Elway and you know that, you're going to hold King's ransom. Like, well, wait a minute, dude.
I mean, it
Conditional
sounded like
six?
he
I
wanted
don't think
he
so.
wanted a reliable backup, and it sounded like that's the guy he wanted, and this was his client, the agent's client, anyways.
You know who also wanted a reliable backup? RG3. How'd that work out?
Now,
You know,
in his press conference, Cousins said he's never actually met Simeon.
yeah, I'm sure a lot
So
of it
that's
has
really
to do with the
weird
shared
to,
agent
like-
thing.
I'll pull this up.
It's really weird. Maybe
Yeah, you gotta pull
maybe
this up
more of
'cause
an
that is
agent
unusual,
thing.
yeah.
Maybe he's more of an agent. Hey, like, if you don't
Can
mind,
you imagine
I'm
the
gonna tie
agent
your
negotiating
name.
that and being like,
I'm gonna say it's
all right,
you, but like, I just really
I want $27 million a year, and then also you got to do me a solid. You got to get Simeon on this team somehow.
Which is also weird because if you're an agent, like maybe you're just accepting
Negotiating for
what
multiple players at once.
Yeah, maybe you're just accepting of what Simeon is, but I mean Don Yee represents Brady and Garoppolo.
So that's the first thing I thought of.
I don't want these guys on the same team.
So the Wickersham story, the Seth Wickersham story on Brady was like he wanted an unreliable backup so that nobody could overtake him. So he's like, yeah, Hoyer, I feel super safe. Like, let's get rid of Garoppolo, send him, let him prosper, don't have to do him, dirty by sending him with the Browns, let him prosper with Shanahan, but we're bringing my boy Brian Hoyer back. There's no way he's the quarterback of the future.
It's so weird that Brian Hoyer was at the center of the most entertaining Thursday night football game of last season.
Here's
Them and the Rams. What happened?
That is so weird.
So this is just reading it. While Cousins was flying to Minnesota, two important things happened. McCartney, who's the agent
During the flight?
during the flight, McCartney, the Cousins' agent, also Simeon's agent, worked out the final wrinkles of the contract. There would be no trade and no transition tag clauses in the 3-year deal, fully guaranteed, but McCartney couldn't accept it without Cousins' nod. Also, while the plane was in the air, Spielman told Cousins that the Vikings were finalizing a trade for Trevor Siemian of the Broncos. During the negotiations, McCartney had stressed to the Vikings how important a helpful backup quarterback would be to Cousins. What a coincidence. McCartney represents Simeon. Late Wednesday, Simeon is officially Viking. So I guess
wink and nod, but it wasn't Cousins.
The linchpin was so Cousins wanted a reliable
but it was
backup.
McCartney, yeah.
My larger point here is then reading in the Athletic, it was Chad Graff's piece talking. He talked to Zimmer out in Orlando about how much he misses Teddy and how in a blink of an eye you go from 11-5 and beating the Packers for the division. Now his knees blown up.
Wait, how come there hasn't been any Cousins Seaman jokes yet?
What do you mean there hasn't? There's clearly been.
It happened.
Slaughtering Cousins Seaman. Great band name.
Anyways,
Terrible thing, man.
anyways, the larger point is you got to applaud Zimmer for being like, yeah, this is cool. Like, I know if we bring in Trevor Siemian, there's no way Teddy will be here, right? And I know if I guarantee Cousins, there's no way Teddy's here.
Presumably, the argument, so long as it's not the wink and nod, you got to bring my boy here. The argument is that a reliable backup will also be able to prep him, be his eyes and ears before game day.
So, I
And
mean,
also
Cousins
kinda-
checked off on Simeon. I guess he didn't want him specifically. But
Right, yeah, but like, okay, but I mean, to me, McCartney asking for a reliable backup is a wink and nod to get one of my guys. There happens to be one on the market. You just got to trade for him. But the argument on its face is this backup is going to help me prepare. He knows the whiteboard really well. He can break down defenses really well.
He's a guy who started, 24 times in the NFL?
Yeah,
right?
which is amazing for a 7th-round pick. And plus, I feel like,
He's clearly outperformed his next level.
like also just hearing him talk football, like that's a future coach. Like that's
your Jim Harbaugh.
That's another Harbaugh, Kubiak, Musgrave, like really bad
Doug
NFL
Peterson.
quarterback. Yeah, and then just turns to a great,
Frank Reich,
Mike Zimmer, former quarterback,
former quarterback Mike Zimmer.
turned head coach.
I thought that was interesting insight. People here obviously love Teddy, probably feel like for Zimmer, that was his guy, and he just kind of was like, we got to do what's best.
I love that Zimmer just down in Orlando just cut open a vein. It's like, said we're going to be together forever, man.
Teddy's making a return, maybe.
Now I'm just sad.
Yeah.
Teddy's dead.
Yeah.
He's so young. Like, what do you think? Like, how long?
He's
got to
be able to beat a guy who's 39 years old.
Like,
apparently his knee doesn't work still.
So,
like,
but
Teddy's doesn't?
Didn't you hear this thing from Zimmer that he would so he's medically cleared. He's not likely to re-injure his knee based on playing on the field, but he's not moving like he should.
But they put him in a game,
right? So that's why I said the first part to make to emphasize that it's not that they were putting him at additional risk.
Sure,
it's that which again how much can you trust that because Sam Bradford went out against Chicago,
right?
But it's not that they were going to put him at additional risk by playing him. It's just that his knee isn't the same.
It just didn't look
the
same ever again.
And Zimmer said to him, when he was looking at Teddy, he looked fine, but the medical people were like, it's not the same. Yeah. So, I don't know.
Could also be a big reason why Teddy was demoted in the playoffs. Bradford was elevated.
Right, exactly.
I mean, and then there was another stat in the piece I was reading that it was like 20. So Sugarman put together.
We get it, Tom. You read.
Yay!
We get it, dude.
It's in question in some parts of the world, but I guess Sugarman put together a list of 24 similar. Yeah, the Sugar Man, and 24 similar injuries or something like that to try to.
There are 24 similar injuries,
or to try to create a precedent. Like 12
and
guys even just made it back.
Yeah, Dante 24 times.
Yeah.
This is a guy that's
Honestly,
stuck
dude.
by E.J. Henderson having a femur snapped in half, invented something called the Henderson Protocol to get him back to playing at Pro Bowl condition, and he's like, how about this Teddy guy? I looked at other people.
Oh, like Peterson?
No, I know what you're talking about.
Right.
Though. I know. But the point of that was not a lot, like a very small percentage. You said right there
half.
It's
I think it
not
was something
even
like half.
dude. It was.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be getting back at all was half.
Getting back.
Yeah.
Okay, and then 2 of the 24 ended up going to start more games.
Yeah, that guy is.
It was something very
as goofy as Teddy
But
can be. Very good attitude about this.
I did get a couple of tweets that were like, admit you were wrong. It's like, but I was right. That if he was fine, they would have considered him and they should go with him. But it's so weird that people always take these very hard line, yes or no, black and white, no nuance approach.
I mean, literally,
and then they turn into the Alamo. That's going to be their hill to die on.
No,
now we make our stand.
You thought you should have kept Teddy, and I was like, yeah, if his knee was fine. It sounds like it, wasn't, and that's what you linked to an article saying his knee's not fine and telling me that I'm wrong. What?
Okay, you guys know his knee's not fine. He's only 25 though right now. I just want to know just quick snapshot. How long do you think he's going to be in the league for? Do you think 11? Because look at Bradford. How much we make fun of Bradford's
27.
knees.
Yeah, I think.
And Bradford's still making.
I think he might be out. I think he might be out of the league this year.
This year?
I think he'll pocket that 500. Just might cut him.
You don't think he'll end up?
If they end up drafting quarterback at 3.
It's just so difficult for me to see a world where Brandon Whedon just signed, where Brandon Whedon gets a contract,
saying, dude.
You're going to tell me Teddy Bridgewater gets a job before Colin Kaepernick, Arif?
He won't be a starter, but don't you think he'll end up circuitting the NFL?
I mean, isn't Manziel working out?
I did think this about.
Deals,
I did think that
deals.
Ponder was going to circle around for a while, and he didn't.
I think that was
He
more
did a little
Ponder's
bit, though.
choice
He
He showed up at Denver's practice,
and he was
squad.
with the
Great.
Raiders, wasn't?
And he helped them win a
was,
Super
yeah.
Bowl. Hello.
But yeah,
I mean, Tavares Jackson was a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
that's true.
And captain.
Key coin flip. Mojo, Tavares Jackson. But yeah, I could see Teddy floating around the
I
third
can see him floating around
spot.
for.
Miami
Like-
needs to pick him up.
If a team is going to decide between Brad Sorensen
That's what
and
I'm
Teddy
saying.
Bridgewater,
Teddy's going to be around.
Yeah.
I think he could get cut from the Jets after they take quarterback at 3. I think he'll get picked up.
I think he'll float around. Maybe he'll have a late career round. So I'm trying to think of a guy who had potential, got injured, then ended up resurfacing somewhere else.
I mean,
Josh McCown.
yeah, that's where I was going to go with that. Yeah.
Was he hurt though? I think he was just bad.
When was
he might have just been bad.
Now this is a huge outlier, but when was Vinny Testaverde great? Right? He was just kind of
He
always.
was really good.
That's like a Chad Pennington thing, right?
But wasn't
Chad
it
Pennington
at-
was never great.
Yeah.
at all.
Chad
But,
Pennington great. He was great, and then he lost his shoulder
But
to.
I want to
really bad.
Wasn't it
shoulder injury.
sporadically
Combine
right? It was
pressure or something, I don't
I feel like Vinny Testaverde became famous in his 30s because you're like, oh, he's around, he's still.
He's like 5th all time in passing yards. It's really weird.
Yeah.
But there were. I think there was at least more than one season where he's been really good. I'm never going to say great.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Look it up on PFR. I did not bring my laptop for the first time in a long time, so I can't look it up. But or I refuse to do it on my phone. Yeah, he was really good. Chad Pennington was really good.
Comeback player of the year twice.
Yeah,
which is funny.
And Randy Moss made his career, right? Wasn't he the Marshall quarterback?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was
Randy-
Leftwich and both Pennington and Leftwich got a taste, didn't they? Or Leftwich did?
It was Pennington his junior year. Randy's sophomore year when they were still 1AA. It was some random no-name jabroni.
Pennington got noticed because of Randy Moss, but he legitimately had the talent.
Correct.
But it was actually Nathan Poole that made them. Joe Berger retired. Decided to hang him up over 13 seasons. Former 6th-round pick out of Michigan Tech. I approached Berger this offseason as just like found money. Like if he comes back, great. If he doesn't,
It doesn't change your need profile either, right? Because if he doesn't retire this year, he's retiring next year. You got to figure out the position.
Somewhat like the Newman case where it's like you just have to assume he's not going to be back. If he comes back, awesome. You'll find a role. That's great. But for the most part, going into the offseason, you have to plan like you're going to have to fill that spot.
Is it almost like
good run, man? Damn good run. Joe Berger.
You would like to.
Okay,
you'd like to get them out of a job, like where you draft or you bring in someone to put them out of not their misery, but a job.
Yeah, I mean, you want somebody to go like win that job outright.
Like Danny Isadora or Mac just like steps up.
Unlike Berger just wins it by default. Yeah. You want to go draft or bring somebody in where they're like earn that spot. But remember when the Vikings had the worst offensive line in the league, maybe one of all time 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But Joe Berger every week was like the highest PFF graded.
Yeah, 2015 PFF
solid, man.
#1 run blocker.
He was solid, man.
Played at Michigan Tech.
Yeah. Which is in the UP.
If you like
a town called Hooten.
So I end up judging a lot of like speech tournaments. So I have to like go to high school and like judge speeches and stuff. And if you like walk by the Career Center, anytime Michigan Tech has like a flyer or a brochure, Joe Berger's on it.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Which
amazing.
is funny. They have like a hockey team.
So like he has a mechanical engineering degree. Like that's a legit degree. That's not like exercise science.
Yeah.
But tell me if this is a hot take or not. Like Joe Berger, the last 4 years has been the Vikings' best O lineman.
The last 4 years.
Aggregate for sure. Each of the last 4 years, maybe.
I mean, who do we have? I mean, yeah. You got to think we completely wiped everything and rebuilt it. I mean, when that was so bad 2 years
was
ago.
Sullivan on the team 4 years ago?
Yes.
But you're saying collectively.
Berger replaced Sullivan in 2015 when Sully had that back injury, missed the whole season.
Right. Sullivan was better than Berger when they were together. I think
But you're
Berger
asking
had a higher
collectively
PFF
for the
grade,
4
but I like
years?
Sullivan more.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he's the only guy who was there for 4 years.
Collectively, yes. But I
Which
think
is crazy.
Sullivan was better in the years that Sullivan was starting.
I think there was a few guys who were like 1 year at a time you could make a case was better. Like Elfline. Well, yeah, he was better, but like he's only been around one.
Berger's like the guy who gets all the second and third place Heisman votes.
Yeah, right.
And then just wins. Like whatever.
That's the most offensive lineman thing ever, though, right?
Pretty much. Speaking of it, so Sully still got a little something, starting out in
Still
Los Angeles.
doing well.
But now he has to practice every day against Aaron Donald and Dominican Sue.
That'll only make him better.
Is there any
It'll
truth?
unlock his true potential.
Unless it's
got a veteran day, coach. Hey.
unless it's the Everson Griffin versus Matt Khalil in training camp, and it ruins his confidence completely going into the season. Like, oh my God, am I this bad?
Can you imagine John Sullivan completely changing his attitude about things just because of how good Ndamukong Suh and Aaron Donald are? Like, oh, no, I am bad. Huh. Wow.
It just like floats out into the ocean.
All right, so the Rams have been tooling up. They bring in Marcus Peters. They trade for Keep to leave. They keep Nickel Roby-Coleman. They keep LaMarcus Joyner instead of Sammy Watkins, which I think was smart. But
yes,
they don't have any edge
Great
rushers.
move.
They don't.
Yeah,
and Pete Prisco is mad about that. Have you seen that?
Where did Quinn go?
That he's like, I can't believe they got Ndamukong Suh. They need edge rushers, not more defensive tackles. And it's like
they traded Quinn somewhere.
I mean,
Where did Quinn go?
Miami.
Miami?
Yeah, that's
So
the funny thing. So Sue goes to Los Angeles and Quinn goes, but not a trade.
We always make fun of Miami being one of the worst organizations off-season wise. Like they're just stuck in this purgatory all the time. They're always drafting 10 to 15. Like you were bad last year, but you're never bad enough to go get a game-changing franchise-saving quarterback.
Lock in the Rams for Harold Landry, right? Like that. It has to be an auto pick at this point.
Oh, that'd be gross.
Right?
Gross.
Unless they use that first-round pick on OBJ.
I mean,
so no, isn't that like a legit rumor? That
Peter Schrager. Is it Peter Schrager?
Pete Schrager,
yeah.
He was like, dude, Pete Schrager, who's solid. He was like, when they make a move like this, the next day it's on to the next one. Like they're all in, dude. They will find a way.
But
to go
you're in
OBJ.
LA. Like if you want to get people's attention,
it could go either way.
You need to kind of do this stuff.
But OBJ
Peters,
in LA,
Talib, OBJ.
But it could go either way. Though. It could go either way.
New York. I mean, right?
Yeah,
like,
and that's the
he's
thing.
fine.
Like people are his like second biggest media market. It's also like kind of laid back dudes.
It
like
is.
yeah, it's a lot of people, but they're pretty chill.
Question: fair compensation. We just talked about the Diggs compensation. Fair compensation for OBJ if you're LA, the 23rd pick, and next year's what?
I want to say next year's second.
I would say second just because
I think so too.
Of the upcoming contract you'd have to pay him.
P-Shrek said first, and I think that's too much.
The thing is, I'm okay with next year's first if I'm a team that really is like very happy with the young core, which I don't think the Rams are super happy with their young core, the people on their rookie contracts.
Yeah.
But if I am,
because Les Snead screwed up the RG3 trade.
Yeah, massively.
How do you screw that?
But but I don't even hate it for the Rams. I think it is a little bit too high, but I don't know if I'm going to say no.
Can you imagine? I mean, think about it. You got the 23rd pick.
He's going to be the best receiver in the league.
You got the 23rd
now
pick.
when Julio and AB are dead.
People in LA are not going to realize the Chargers are there.
The who? Oh, you mean the soccer team?
Yeah. Qualcomm. The 23rd pick, there's no receiver that's even going to touch what OBJ can do. Plus, you throw in a second. Okay. Again, no receiver that you can draft in this draft that would even come close to what OBJ is going to do. I would say that's worth it if you're going to put your chips all in and you want to go do that.
Yeah,
plus,
I think the contract is the bigger thing.
You plan on picking 30th or 32nd,
yeah,
right?
Exactly, yeah. The contract's the bigger thing. I think P. Shrake's talked about that, too. The contract. Who's going to want to eat that contract?
The thing is, if you franchise him twice, you're still not paying him $20 million.
That's
People
wild.
keep on throwing around $20 million. I don't think that's...
Well, who's the highest paid right now?
Might be... I don't think it's Julio, but it's like $15 million.
I think it's Sammy Watkins.
I'll look it up.
I think it is.
Yeah, look it up. But I don't think it's more than 15 because I think when Calvin Johnson signed for 14 a couple of years ago, people lost their minds, and that kind of depressed the receiver market.
Yeah, and also, like, people already always label OBJ a locker room cancer, except... I don't recall a specific story where he was tearing a locker room. I think Eli Apple is a bigger locker room cancer than OBJ.
Absolutely.
Hold on. You were actually not far off with Sammy Watkins.
Yeah.
I have here, and this is overthecap.com, reliable.
Yeah.
Right?
Brown,
Yes.
Evans,
Brown,
signed a new
Evans,
one.
Hopkins.
But what is it per year? Like
So
people are
17 per year for Antonio Brown, 16.5 for Evans.
OBJ for 20. I mean, I get why
16.2
they're
for
saying
Hopkins.
20.
Yeah,
but-
I could. Yeah, that makes sense. But I mean, if you franchise him twice and then pay him 20, and when the cap is like moved up like 3 years worth,
I think realistically, you
Fine.
say 20, it'll be 18, right? Because that's the next logical from AB 17.
Yeah.
18.
Yeah, because I feel like OBJ it has two knocks against him, like locker room cancer, diva. They see him fighting Josh Norman 2 years ago, then
And nets,
with
and
the kicking net.
nets. Yeah.
And then they're like,
it's
he's injury prone. It's like, well, he broke his ankle when Calhoun went low on him, and then he had a hamstring injury as a rookie.
He's rookie. Yeah,
That's really about it.
Right.
But he's actually played a surprising number of games for somebody who's supposed to be injury prone. I don't know. No one has achieved what he's achieved in the first 3 years of his NFL career, and he missed 4 games.
Yeah, first 4.
Everybody got him on their fantasy dynasty league.
Right.
Everybody forgot he hasn't played at all.
And
traded him.
he's third of all active players in receiving yards per game, behind only Julio and AB. And he's had the worst of the 3 quarterbacks throwing to him.
That's fair.
I think he led the league or leads the league in. No. He's third in the league in yards per out run, too, which is a better efficiency stat, behind Julio and AB. But he's 25. They're like 28, 29. Plus, if we want to talk about injury-prone players, we never talk about it. But Julio, I think, is about as injury-prone, as Odell.
I feel like Julio's foot is perma-broke. Like
think
him
it
and
is.
Sammy Watkins should just trade feet.
Seriously.
One person will have 2 broken feet.
Sad because, I mean, yeah.
How crazy is it, though, that Belichick knew, right? And they still couldn't stop him.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
So this is the other. So I was having this argument online because that's where all arguments occur now.
And everyone's rational.
Yeah, and everyone's rational about how valuable Odell is and why I'd be willing to trade 2 firsts and pay him like 17, 18, 19 million. And one person brought up, elite receivers don't win the Super Bowl, and it's like that's the most ridiculous argument, period. Because the Falcons should have won that Super Bowl. Like, there's no question.
And like Randy Moss and the Patriots should beat the Giants. Right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But B, elite blanks don't win the Super Bowl because eliteness is rare by definition. It can only be rare. But it increases your chances of winning individual games, and winning individual games is how you win the friggin' Super Bowl.
Wasn't the last rushing champion to win a Super Bowl Terrell Davis in '98?
Right, yeah. So if you take elite players, so like elite running backs, elite defensive tackles, elite safeties, elite cornerbacks, elite receivers, you find maybe 3 elite non-quarterbacks that have won the Super Bowl in the past 7 years, and they're like Richard Sherman, Fletcher Cox, and Earl Thomas, and 2 of them were on the same team.
Yeah,
right. Maybe Von Miller. We'll add that.
Ronnie Hillman.
Ronnie Hillman. Yeah. Elite whatever doesn't win the Super Bowl is such a bad argument because we should look at who's winning games, and elite receivers happen to be present a lot of times when teams are winning games. Antonio Brown, Julio Jones, the Falcons and the Steelers have won a lot of games. If you look at the splits of Eli playing with Odell Beckham and without Odell Beckham, his passer rating drops 20 points. It's as if you're putting him under constant pressure versus a clean pocket. It's like the same thing. Elite receivers are very useful to have. I feel like it's a weird argument to make that they cost too much and don't help. Can you imagine Andy Dalton's his 2015 season without AJ Green? It doesn't happen.
Seems like the Minnesota Miracle involved receiver.
Hey, no. Brandon LaFell is going to step up this year. This is Brandon LaFell's year.
His breakout year. Yeah,
this is it. Okay, so just think about this: Jared Goff, Todd Gurley, Cooper Kupp, and OBJ. Sean McVay has those toys.
Why are we even putting Cooper Kupp in this?
What about Robert Woods?
Man?
I love Cooper Kupp.
What
about Pharaoh Cooper?
Cooper Kupp's a great 2. Don't you dare.
He's an all right 2. What happened after his first
Kupp?
4 or 5 games?
What about the racist tight end?
Knows. Is he still there?
And the better Gerald Everett.
Gerald Everett could be good.
Robert Woods is better than Cooper Kupp right now.
Who?
Oh, plus they restructured
Devon Austin.
Yeah, so they could keep him.
Wait, he's still on the team?
Yeah.
Why?
That's
the worst
dirty,
contract ever.
Man. And then obviously Sue, Aaron Donald, and Marcus Peters.
They should have cut
Marcus
Tavon
Joyner,
Austin so that the Vikings could pick him up as a veterans minimum kick returner.
But that's okay because the Vikings re-signed Charles.
He's a punt returner.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to do both until they figure out
maybe
what to
he
do
should
at the
be our
position.
Wide receiver 5.
Might as well
Just try him out there, dude.
Yeah.
You know he's a baller.
He's got quickness. He could probably run some good routes.
Yeah. He played both ways at John Marshall High School. Had to have.
Well,
the Rockets.
He played every position.
Yeah. Yeah.
My neighbor was a teammate of his.
Was he?
Or my old neighbor, I moved. But my old neighbor was a teammate of his.
You moved because of that.
Yeah, I moved because of that. Yeah, screw that guy.
This is a Mayo house over here, son.
And I asked him about Marcus Charles in high school, and I was like, well, so what did he do? And he's like, he did everything. He played quarterback, receiver, running back, cornerback, linebacker. Punt return, kick return. He played everything.
Yeah, I like that. Even larger schools like that, the best player, maybe has a shot at the pros, except low level.
Right. Well, it's this player puts up these insane highlights that no one else in the conference can replicate, and it's yeah, he might be a walk-on.
Yeah. Then they put, their brother who knows how to do YouTube, puts their highlights on there with drowning pool.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
Every
Get
single
some Fort
highlight.
Minor in there.
Yeah. I bet you most of Fort Minor's plays don't come on radio, Spotify, whatever. They're on high school football highlights.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yes.
Positive.
Do you remember who's the Sam McGuffey? Do you remember his high school highlight? It's legendary. It's one of the best high school highlight reels.
Is he the Michigan dude?
I think so, but I think he ended up transferring to Rice because of concussions, and Michigan was like, we feel unsafe letting you play, and he was like, well, I'm going to play, and he transfers to Rice.
Rice is it's cool.
Yeah, right. It's him, Ryan Spadola. There's some really good high school receiver highlights out there, man.
Or speaking of Sam, wasn't the 8-year-old girl named Sam who was like Pee Wee football, just
her
destroyed.
highlights were amazing.
It's also, it reminds me of the 40-year-old who's actually an 18-year-old, apparently, that we were talking about last week.
Yeah.
That, like, dude,
Well, it was unsafe to put him on the field for other people.
Yeah.
Like parents coming up after the game,
Or
like, is my
like,
child going to
graduate?
die?
I'll graduate next year.
Or like, was it Joe Thomas Sr., like the former Packers linebacker?
Yeah, but at
dad?
least he's playing in college. Like, that's,
That reminded me of like the Longest Yard, the remake.
I would hate to be teammates with my parents, by the way. That would be the worst.
Catch the ball.
Yeah.
Catch the ball, man.
It's either they'll be way too cheerful in situations that don't call for it, like way too supportive, or just like dicks.
Yeah. Also, showering would be weird.
Well,
Good game out there.
Thanks, Dad.
So domestic violence is not funny. But
What?
we talked about Tavares Jackson earlier on, and this has been sticking in the back of my head the entire time. I'm trying to find what his wife said to him when he pulled a gun on her.
You're not accurate enough to hit. Or something. Yeah. It was something.
It was amazing.
I did not realize that. That's awesome.
Yeah, we need to look that
To
up.
her, obviously not.
Talk about draft for a second.
So the Vikings are going to draft an offensive lineman. Luke, your thoughts?
Yeah, offensive lineman. You need 5 of them. Why stop there? Check it out on zonecoverage.com. What are we talking?
Well, let's. Okay, so we're going to preview a piece that we're going to end up putting on the site later. We've been talking a lot about Vikings targets and what it means to be a Vikings target. So it's not just a player to position
The
of need,
trends.
but
what are
a
their
player
trends?
that fits what they typically
look
do at the
for.
position and is like an appropriate round target, right?
Like we always joke about the athletic linebacker. You just
Right,
brought up
exactly.
before.
So, like, let's say the Vikings need a running back. They're not going to draft one in round 1.
Correct.
So, a target appropriately would be someone like Kalen Ballage, who's an athletic freak. They go after athletic freaks. Good pass catcher, good at running routes. We saw that at the Senior Bowl.
Right.
Someone like Akram Wadley, who I don't love. I actually don't like him at all.
Not in love with him.
Naheem Hines at NC State, or his teammate Jalen Samuels, who was a tight end at the combine, but we know he's really kind of like a multiple, like a move position. Played a lot of running back and play in the slot and stuff like that. Those are the kind of guys I'm thinking of. Are there any running backs that I kind of missed, kind of in the middle of the rounds, that can play that Jerick McKinnon role, that can move around, catch passes, really athletic? Like that's the sticking point for me. Is if they're a big athlete and they can catch passes, I think if you find him in the middle rounds, that's probably someone the Vikings are going to go after.
Ballage is a great one. I just wonder, after a really good Senior Bowl and what he measured in at, how high Ballage is going to end up going. Our buddy Jeff Risdon said the Detroit Lions were looking at him pretty hard, and they would be willing
I
to
heard
use
someone
a
say, second
pick.
round. I've heard second round for him.
And
that's insane to me for a running back who can't run.
That's what happened to me with David Johnson down at the Senior Bowl. Like, this guy looks great. Maybe a 3rd round, 4th round guy. Awesome. And then I think the Cardinals drafted him, second round? Or early 3rd?
I think it was early third. Yeah.
So you never know how high those guys are going to end up going. Royce Freeman from Oregon, bigger dude. Can he catch?
Right.
Jury's still out on that. Rashad Penny's always been a GGYG.
Yeah.
Speaking of pennies, I
John
got
Kelly, Tennessee.
Yeah, speaking of pennies, I got a dime for you. So Jackson, this is from June 2016. Jackson was arrested after an incident with his wife in which he was intoxicated and threatened to shoot her. She grabbed an iron and a knife at one point to protect herself before another adult at the residence separated them. She also taunted the free agent quarterback, saying, quote, "You better be accurate because you ain't accurate on the field," end quote.
I remember this
I
now.
remember that.
Oh, my God.
Phenomenal.
Also,
incredible.
This is on PFT. Jackson has a 59.6 career completion percentage.
I like that they added that.
Yeah.
That's quality
That's a good
journalism. Oh, it has its own paragraph. Yeah. Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
So obviously, not a funny incident, but that line in a vacuum,
Outstanding.
legendary.
Outstanding.
Amazing. Hats off to her.
How long was she holding that, too? Like, next time we get in an argument, I'm going to pull that out. She pulled it up.
I feel like that would not be the first time that she ripped on his playing career.
Probably.
There's some good give and take in any domestic relationship.
Correct.
Yeah. Even under duress. But something that's under duress, 7-round Fanspeak mock draft. Luke, Duke, get over here.
Yep.
Let's look at this thing.
Roll.
All right. So we're on Fanspeak on the clock. We're not doing trades.
Are you ready for Brooke Hogan?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Okay,
go
we're on
for it.
Fanspeak using the NDT, our boy Kyle Krabs and the NDT scouting teams. Big board, shout out to them.
Yep.
You
So
gonna do it?
we'll
Let's
go
draft.
through. We'll
Yeah.
look at the draft, and then also we'll.
You got some music, guy?
We got 10 seconds of ads left.
Now, from your experience on Fanspeak, I've had some like dream mocks before where I'm like, this isn't even realistic. It sounds like here we go. Rosen 1,
Browns 1.
Baker 2, quarterback.
Totally fine with this so far.
Okay, so far so good.
QB Lamar Jackson. Oh, all right.
Jets jet.
Lamar.
GGYG. Okay, so they got Teddy.
They got a Louisville room.
and then, yeah, exactly.
Oh, they got Rosen and Chubb. The Browns
So
did.
Chubb, Barkley's
Roquan goes
still on the
5.
board, but Chubb goes 4, Smith goes 5,
Quentin
Nelson
to the
goes
Colts,
6. That's a
Derwin
dream
James
pick.
to the Buccaneers. Derwin James to the Buccaneers. Hang out with Vernon Hargreaves.
Barkley finally goes 9.
Wow.
Minka 10.
Minka falls to 10.
Isaiah Wynn goes
Isaiah.
pretty early.
Yeah.
Which we've been seeing that a lot more in mocks where he goes
Yep, he's gonna go
even
top
in the
20,
teens.
top
Nick
15.
Chubb went to Washington.
Anthony Miller, your
first
boy.
receiver off the board. Look at that.
Wow.
Chubb, Ward,
Denzel
Connor
Ward,
Williams. Oh, wow. They'll go the
Jeez.
tackles.
Chuck Wuma. Wow.
Maurice
Okafor,
Hurst is gone.
18.
Darius Geis, Harold Landry goes kind of late. Jamarco Jones, didn't expect that.
Wow, do the Bengals even need edge help? Jeez. Jamarco Jones. Pretty early,
I don't know.
Jamarco
Well,
Jones.
if the Bengals are moving Carl Lawson to linebacker,
yeah, which
like
is also doesn't
right,
make sense.
the Harold Landry pick makes more sense.
Arden Key.
Marco Jones, Arden Key, Jair Alexander, Justin Reed.
Wow, Jair to the Panthers would be great. Justin Reed.
Vita Vea to the Atlanta Falcons.
That's
That's
a
fun.
late pick, and that's a great
Sam
pick.
Darnold to the Saints. That's sorry.
My screen's touching.
Yeah.
Sean Evans, I like that. Evans is going to go somewhere in that 25 to 35.
Oh, Billy Price.
Billy Price is
Jacksonville
good.
C block.
Right.
That means we got.
So we just got
Will Hernandez.
sniped. Billy Price just got sniped.
That's okay.
Okay.
I mean, we basically should select Will Hernandez.
Let's
right?
let's just look at the O-line just real quick.
Yeah,
OT
so-
and available tackles and guards.
Look at
real quick.
guards, tackles, and centers.
Because I feel like a tackle.
Because we could get James Daniels, and he may be listed as a center.
Dude, I think one of these tackles is going to still be out there. Like I saw Connor Williams. McGlinchey went too. Did he
So
not?
Ragnow, Cole,
James
Daniels
Daniels
is 59
is
for some
fun.
reason on
He'd be
Krabs'
so
board, but I like him.
Daniels. Yeah, I like Daniels a lot. Daniels or Will Hernandez is up there.
What's wrong with your computer, man?
I don't know.
Yeah, this is
It's
Probably
probably because I kept
Is this a
touching the
demo?
screen.
Probably a lot of people on this Fanspeak thing. All right, there we go.
Okay, Will Hernandez, Austin Corbett. I'd like to get in the second round if you could. Coming back. Tackle.
Will Richardson, Orlando Brown.
Orlando
Tyrell
Brown. Colton Miller.
I'm good.
I wonder how far really though Orlando Brown's going to
I think out of all of these guys,
Deron
I would
Payne
pick
still sitting
Will
there?
Hernandez. And you two have heard me say every week, hey, I don't think Hernandez is a perfect system fit. Hey, I think, some guys kind of fit the system better. They'd perform better even if Hernandez is a better prospect. But
No,
I think at some point, Hernandez has the skills
Dallas
to do well.
Goddard. Deron
I was going to
Payne,
say
still
my
chilling.
2 wild cards, and we'll probably end up punching Hernandez, but my 2 wild cards are Josh Jackson from Iowa and Dallas Goedert from South
Also,
Dakota State.
check how high Krabs has Nathan Shepard, our boy Nathan Shepard, 21st
Stay woke.
overall.
Chilling.
I would
Look at
love to
that.
get some D-line depth, period, but I
Deron
think I
Payne's
wait.
there,
I think
yeah.
I wait there. Again, I think we still end up going Hernandez, but Josh Jackson, Dallas Goedert would be my 2 wild card guys.
I think Josh Jackson in the slot would be really interesting,
think that'd
especially
be
because you're
fun.
not asking for
Just
as much
depth.
speed from the slot. You're asking really
Correct.
asking for quickness, and he's got fluidity.
he's great.
All right,
man.
so let's vote. I vote Goddard.
I vote Jackson.
What? I vote Hernandez because, duh.
All right, Hernandez.
Let's go Hernandez.
Yep.
Look at it.
Punch
He has
it.
Fred Warner, number 34 overall.
That's wild.
Man, I'm telling you, every year Krabs has the weirdest board, but he's actually done well when
Very
you
accurate.
compare it
All
to
things considering.
when you compare it to end performance.
Right, all things considered.
All right, so we got some offensive line help. We got Will
So Nathan
Hernandez
Shepard
up in
goes
the building.
next. Will Richardson goes. Tyrell Crosby goes. Looks like we started a lineman run.
Sony Michel to the Giants. Makes sense.
That makes sense. Josh Jackson goes to the Browns. DJ Moore's gone. Josh Sweat is gone. Austin Corbett. Braden Smith is gone
I like
at
Braden Smith.
8. Yeah. This isn't Brooke. What is this? Tom.
This is Brooke. Still.
Are we sure? Deron
This is
Payne is still on
about
the board.
us. This is about
I
us.
would love Payne just as a depth
There's
guy
no
or
way-
I
Shepard.
don't know. With
He's
who.
not going to be there by the time the Vikings pick at 60, though.
But we're just gonna.
at-
We got to go off the board.
We're at 40.
gotta go off the
We're
board.
at 42 right now,
Yeah,
right?
Ragnar
Frank?
went at 42. Deron Payne, Dallas Goddard still on the board.
Oh, Goddard's still on the board.
Goddard's
chilling.
on the board, yeah. So if you choose between Dallas Goddard and Deron Payne for the Vikings, do you choose Goddard?
Oh, there he goes. I think so. Yes, I think so.
There goes
Because
James
there's more
Washington.
depth. I think the tight end class falls really hard after Goddard. There goes Goddard.
Got her to the Cowboys. Oh,
Nice
except
pick.
good.
Hey,
So, Jason-
Taven Bryan.
you still have
Done
Jason
deal.
Witten under
Oh,
contract.
We're
yeah.
taking Bryant, right? I mean, have to.
If he's there.
If he's there.
Yeah, don't jinx it.
Yeah.
Touche.
Darius Leonard, Tigre Scales. So there's a linebacker run right here. You got LVE, Tigre Scales, Darius Leonard all went
There's
one
some.
after another.
Obviously, Vander Esch is very highly regarded, but this Tigre Scales from Indiana, a lot of people love him. Okay, what do we got? 2 more picks? Davenport's
Yeah.
still there? I don't like him in the first at all, but
Oh,
Calvin
yeah.
Ridley?
Calvin Ridley. Yeah, well, I mean,
Just chill.
Krabs doesn't like Calvin Ridley.
Kyle
so he's-
Atletick goes to the back end of the second round.
So I know that Taven Bryan is probably the pick here. Also, Krabs loves Andrew Brown. That's why he's
I
so
like
high up on
Andrew
this
Brown
board.
too. But Davenport as just a
But
hybrid guy and mix and match
We like
guy.
Taven Bryan, but Davenport's there, and honestly, it's worth considering James Daniels.
Absolutely,
He's
it's
right
worth
there,
I
right?
would love any one of those 3. I mean, this is unrealistic, right? Ridley's unrealistic. I love Gesicki too, by the way. Can't take him here, but I like him. Oh boy,
man.
Taven Bryan, Davenport, or James Daniels.
Just think
or
of Marcus
Calvin
Davenport in the hands of someone like Andre Patterson.
Ridley. I know, I love
I've
it.
got my issues
I love
with
it.
Taven Bryan. I think he doesn't read plays very well. I think he's just
No,
kind
he
of
gets
out
lost.
of the play a lot.
He
yeah.
gets lost.
Davenport, his issues I think are just more technical.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think he reads the plays fine. He just doesn't know how to keep his pads
You
low.
just saw that
He doesn't know
pass
how to
rush
use his
fizzle
hands.
out the
Yeah.
last 6 games.
And I think you can fix that. I think Taven Bryan's issues, I'm not sure those are as fixable.
My thing is, though, depth-wise, if you've got a guy like Sheldon outside of Sheldon, who's the guy?
That's true. Yeah.
There's no depth,
nobody.
and I
Yeah.
want a deep rotation this year.
Love that
I
Calvin
want-
Ridley's still on the board. Just
I mean,
chilling.
but
I want a deep rotation.
But I mean, if you
and Davenport
do
could still
trust Jaleel Johnson to develop, if you do trust
Mm-hmm.
Jaleel Johnson to develop, then you do have some depth, and maybe you can take a guy in the third. And then there's also a question about, hey, how much do we trust Tayshaun Bauer to develop? A lot of people trust him a lot to develop, and that's reasonable. But Davenport is potentially sort of a first-round talent. Taven Bryan is kind of a late first, early second talent that happened to fall. Let's check out the depth that we have. So who's available on DL right now on the board, and who's available at edge right now on the board, so we can check out kind of the depth of the draft and make a consideration there.
All right, so Taven Bryan, Andrew Brown,
And then
Lowell
Foley Fadakasi, Kendrick Norson, Derek Noddy, Rasheem Green, Lowell Otulele, Contavious Street, Tim Settle, Deshaun Hand,
Puna Ford.
Harrison Phillips is number 170 on his board. That's really funny. Edgy for Carter, Ade Aruna, Hercules.
These are the DNs.
Yeah, so we're
these
trying
are
to
the
figure
edge.
out,
I
like-
love Carter, but
So
boy,
if
he could be
we're
gone.
figuring out kind of like
the
we have-
value of
yeah,
who
so
could be there
we're
coming
determining
back.
what it means to have Kamoka Toure, Dorrance Armstrong, Kylie
Versus
Fitz
D-line?
versus
or D tackles. Let's just see real quick.
yeah.
Nothing is being done real quick on the site right now.
Yeah. So it's an overload.
So coming back,
Versus
you're looking
someone
at
like
Nandi.
Rasheem
I
Green,
don't mind
Lolo
Nandi
Tulele.
Settle,
Sorry.
Hand, Phillips. I think we go Davenport. I like some of this depth
yeah.
more.
Deshaun Hand and Phillips
With
there.
Jaleel
DeAndre
Johnson,
Senna. Yeah.
let's go Davenport. What do you think?
I vote Davenport.
All right.
What was the third option? Kelvin Ridley, but that's just unrealistic.
Yeah.
It's just unrealistic.
And James Daniels potentially. I think
James
is like the
Daniels
fourth
would be
option there.
Hernandez
Yeah.
and Daniels.
It'd be fun.
Who knows? Daniels might fall in the third.
See, this is why we need trades.
Dude.
Trade down a little
Trade
bit.
back, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, you turn
15 minutes of the show is just trades. And then there's actual drafting.
That's how these like crazy Fanspeak mocks go, right?
Sure.
So how did you end up with 15 draft picks, man? The trade Jerry's right.
All right, you got to click on next round, right?
No, I did.
Oh boy.
I think the site's having some difficulties right now.
You think it's popular right now?
I don't know. Like, I feel like the busy time of year for these mock draft things is June.
June.
Yeah. All right, so we went and got our guy. Third round is loading.
Boy, I'll tell you what, a
James
James
Daniels keep
Daniels
falling.
though,
Yeah.
James Daniels combo, man. Even if Frank Ragnow's there, I don't care. Something like that. Daniels is more guard versatile. Is Austin Corbett still there?
No.
Yeah, he's
Also,
got Corbett really high on his board. That's
Yeah.
why.
And Ragnow went early second. I think he went to the Dolphins.
All right.
Simulator running.
James Daniels just went to the Bills.
Dirty.
Shot through the heart.
That is dirty.
This is pretty bad.
Yeah, I'm done with this after this song.
What do you mean?
Alex Kappa just
Taver
went.
Bryan just went to the Packers.
Wyatt
Teller, Bengals. Andrew Brown, Chiefs.
Yeah, we'll see if our judgment of that depth works out.
What's our second round pick? 61? Or is it
62.
It is 62.
Yep.
Okay.
Mike Gesicki's still on the board.
I love Gesicki. I really do.
Quisenberry just went.
Okay.
Calvin Ridley, Titans.
Round
Third
three.
round.
Stealing him. So he's not high on Ridley at all, huh? And he loves Anthony Miller, huh?
Ah, damn it. Gesicki just went to the Steelers.
Damn.
That's a good pick for them, though.
Great pick.
Back on the board.
All right, so we have Holton Hill, Lorenzo Carter, Dorian O'Daniel. I know that you like him. I like him. Dante Jackson, speedster. Ronnie
So right now we
Harrison.
have Will Hernandez and Marcus Davenport. We've helped the trenches.
There's Jalen Samuels. That could be our Jarek McKinnon
Ronnie
replacement.
Harrison and Quentin Meeks are there.
Yeah.
Can you go to corner real quick? Because now I want
Isaiah Oliver.
Yikes. Wow.
Just chilling.
Isaiah Oliver, Quentin Meeks is a name too.
I like Isaiah Oliver a lot.
Punch it.
Who do we have at? Well, who do we have at on the OL?
There you go. Yeah, so you want to keep going?
Oh Jesus!
That gets
Not much.
horrible quick. That gets horrible. But check out center. Ooh,
God,
dang it! So
Maybe
we're
we should
done.
take
We're done
James
with whole line now.
Yeah, right.
But going back, I think James Daniels maybe was the pick. Can you go to safety just real quick? Because I just saw Ronnie Harrison.
Yeah, Ronnie Harrison. And then before we punch it in, I do want to take a look at the defensive line.
Let's look at D-line one more time. Ronnie Harrison, that's it.
Well, there's Trayvon
Marcus
Henderson
Allen.
later. Marcus Allen much later.
Nandi, John
Settle-
Ledyard loves Nandi.
Settle Hand Phillips. One of them may
Settle's
fall all the way
good.
to the fifth
Hand
round.
Phillips.
Look at Puna Ford all the way
Let's
down
wait
there.
one more. I'm comfortable
Yeah.
waiting one more. Let's go
Yeah.
Isaiah Oliver or Quentin Meeks.
I like Isaiah Oliver.
Let's do it.
Done. Slack
Done
corner,
deal.
done. Also, doesn't he return punts?
He might.
Hey. Sorry,
Rick
Marcus.
Sherrills.
You're done. Again.
Again.
What's we were looking at there?
All right. Chase Litton has gone to the Bills.
There goes Carter. Poof. Yeah, Carter's a.
Yeah.
That's
Patriot.
a great Patriot
Yeah,
pick there.
That is good.
Classic.
Marcus Davenport.
Come on, website.
Mason falls all the way to the third round.
Wow.
Into the comp picks of the third round, too.
Yikes.
Yeah, see, if we could trade back, we'd get a couple more picks. We maybe get that backup quarterback to compete with Sluter.
Right.
Sloter.
Is Chase Litton any good?
No.
No. He went to Marshall.
What was our third round pick? What pick? Do you remember?
Number 30 overall. So that'd be 92.
94? 32, 32.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
All right. Fourth round.
Okay.
This will go fast.
Yeah, you don't have to come over here for the fourth round, Luke. I'll tell you if something interesting happens.
Dante
if
Pettis,
gets
Broncos.
Oh, we
Yeah.
don't have a.
paid. Yeah, right. Brandon Parker went too. Oh, yeah, I forgot about him. Yeah, I actually liked him at the Senior Bowl.
I liked him too.
Yeah. Dante Jackson's
So
gone.
what do we look at position wise? Now we look at linebacker or tight end?
Linebacker,
or
running back, tight
running
end.
back.
Yeah, I think
Maybe just
let the board
EPA.
speak to us
Yeah.
about those positions
Right.
generally. Yeah, I mean you do have to replace Emmanuel Lamur, but I think more important is to replace McKinnon because I do want to spell Dalvin
Absolutely.
Cook.
Yeah, Rashad Penny's still chilling there.
What
Bankert
about
just went to the Broncos.
John Kelly.
John Kelly went early.
Yeah. MJ Stewart's gone. Not that that matters to us anymore.
Ronnie
Dorian
Harrison went to the
Daniel and
Broncos.
Ronnie Harrison have gone.
Shaquem, welcome to the Browns, baby.
Oof. He does not deserve that.
They're good now, though.
Nadi just went.
They got Ty Gad.
Yeah, we should draft another fifth-round defensive lineman. I
Well,
think.
there's
That's
a good
probably the-
chunk right there that
Yeah.
somebody's just going to fall. That'd be a great, great pick.
Harrison Phillips is going to fall.
Well, I mean, that's how this board works.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'll be able to put
Who
the
was-
consensus board on here, and that more
That will
accurately
be
reflects
That's going to be fun.
what ends up happening in the
Who
NFL.
was the D tackle we were considering in round 3?
Deron Payne?
Was it Payne?
Yeah, Hand and Phillips are still just chilling.
Yeah. Hand would be good, I think. Jalen Samuels just went. We're about to pick, though. No, we're not.
Nope.
Deron Payne was
Could've
there in the
fourth,
third
yeah.
round?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or was it Hand?
Equimene St.
Oh, no,
Brown, the
Hand.
Eagles.
It was
Hand was there.
Rashad Penny, Packers. Damn it.
That's good.
Screw you, Guten Kunst, and your stupid good picking.
Justin Jackson just went to the Patriots. Oh, I remember him. He was pretty good the 1 year they had college DFS.
That's good. That's good.
Oh, look at that.
It's the fourth round, baby.
Yeah. Are we done with the comp picks yet?
Hey, how come we're already off of Brooke Hogan's greatest hits?
Oh, that was
because
it,
we
dude.
hit him.
That was it, dog.
Wow, it
no
passed
from
by
me,
so
dog.
quickly. All right, 5th round.
Who's Kurt Benkert?
He had an amazing game against the Miami Hurricanes and a terrible bunch of games besides that.
I feel like that's an unfortunate name. Like, he should at least go by Curtis.
I agree. But
Curtis
Luke,
Benkert.
do you remember the Miami game?
Oh, yeah.
That
We were
looked
going
like
nuts
a
about it,
first
too. I
overall
remember.
pick.
Yes.
Like that game was. That's not even an exaggeration. That game was amazing. It was threading needles, perfect deep passes, excellent response to pressure, just incredible stuff.
All right, so 5th round is a foot, and we're rolling.
Sean Dion Hamilton.
Okay, again, we have Will Hernandez,
Kamoka
Marcus
Toure.
Davenport,
Don't know.
Isaiah Oliver. No
Yeah.
4th round pick. I say we go back to D-line or O-line unless a running back, Kalen Balazs is there.
Unless a running back, Kalen Balazs.
Done deal, right? Kalen
Hello.
Balazs.
Yeah, I could see that.
I like
They got guys I
Kamiko.
like, but these aren't guys that I would want to draft over someone like Kalen Balazs.
Right. I think you go BPA, and if Balazs is there, it doesn't look like he's going to fall here, but
Ito Smith, any good?
it's okay. He's okay.
He sounds Asian.
He's
That's
not.
why I'm in.
Or he's not, from what I know. I should be a little bit more.
Simi Cobbs,
Specific.
baby. Davin Bellamy.
Oh.
Tim Settle. Here we go.
Is he?
Josh Allen is still on the board.
Krabs doesn't like him.
Hey, just
a
fine.
little unrealistic.
Wait, so Kalen Balazs is gone then, right?
Tim Settle, Davin Bellamy. Just real quick, go to O-line, D-line. Are we up?
Yeah, here we are.
Go to O-line, D-line. But I agree with you. Running back or tight end here eventually. We got to pull the trigger.
So Tim Settle and
Deshaun
Deshaun Hand.
Harrison Phillips, Tim Settle. I'd be comfortable with any one of those guys. Not big on any of those names. Smythe, maybe. Ian Thomas, maybe.
Yeah.
Running back, Naheem Hines. I think we could maybe wait for a Wadley.
We can wait on Naeem Hines, too, because he's 196
Yeah,
on
let's
that board.
wait at running
That's the
back.
worst part about these mock drafts, right? Is because
So
you
they
know
can
what
tell.
the ranking is. So you're like,
Right.
oh, he's going to fall. Like, he's 196.
Although it does surprise you once in a while.
Yeah.
Did you do tackle and guard already? Did I miss that?
We didn't like any of them last round.
Oh, you agreed. But different value now. Brent Toth.
Yeah, you got to wait 4 years for him.
Timon Paris.
Brian O'Neill, 236.
Maybe.
Krabs, come
Guard.
on. We'll clap.
Sean Welsh, maybe. Okay.
No, we have to
center.
take R.J. Prince because
Really? Bozeman?
Actually,
okay. Not
I'm okay
much.
with Bradley Hope,
Linebacker, just real quick.
Let's take
We
a
don't have a
look.
linebacker yet. DeLuca, North Carolina
Marquise
State.
Haynes.
Josie Jewell. Marquise Haynes, yeah.
Yeah,
Kaiser.
let's
I think we go replenish the D-line.
let's take Harrison Phillips.
Love any three of those guys. Tim Settle, Virginia Tech, Harrison Phillips, or Deshaun Hand was there. Let's go
Yeah.
Phillips.
all right, Harrison Phillips is going to be the pick eventually.
So Will Hernandez,
Eventually.
Davenport, Phillips. How about those trenches now? Feel great with that, don't
Yeah.
you?
And we might be able to get Naeem Hines.
Feel great with that. So targeting what now? Kind of just BPA, running back, tight
I
end.
mean, we don't really love these
linebacker-ish?
tight ends, so probably running back.
if
we
Josh
see,
Allen is there in the 7th, do we take him?
yeah, probably.
Oh yeah, we got some ammo though now, right? 3/6.
Yeah.
yeah.
So now we can go.
And they
Bang,
got
bang,
the
bang.
7th back in the Simeon trade.
I thought that was an extra 6. I could be wrong.
Might have been a 7th.
Yeah, I think they got a 7th this year
So
for
we
a
have-
5th next year.
Marcus Allen just went. Krabs is so weird, man. He's got such weird rankings.
So I did a poll, and of Taven Bryan, James Daniels, or Davenport, James Daniels has 47%.
Hey,
Really?
Taven Bryan 27%, Davenport 26%.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
So we
Now-
ended up taking.
what did
did
Antonio
it now?
Callaway do?
Domestic,
Yeah,
a couple of them.
Yeah, I
gone.
think
He
more
gone.
than one.
he gone.
Yeah,
Deuces.
it's a couple of them. Yeah, he's gone.
I wouldn't be opposed to taking Marquise Haynes.
Hey, if
If we end
Deshaun
up-
Hand's still going to sit there, don't dare me, dude.
Deshaun Hand just went.
Naheem
Marquise Haynes just went.
Here's Naheem Hines. Bo Scarborough.
What I hear is Bo Scarborough.
Hey,
Josie Jewell, I'd be fine with. Isaac.
are we pick? No, the simulator's
Yadam's
running. Okay.
Great late round guy. Chad Thomas, another edge for Miami. Some people.
I like Chad Thomas.
Yeah, I wouldn't be.
And hey,
Opposed.
Justice likes him, and if Justice likes him, there's probably
likes
something
those
there.
Edge boys.
Yeah.
I'd be in with that. Where are we at here? How many more we got?
Yeah,
more
when is
picks?
the next Vikings
Don't we
pick?
have like three
That's a good-looking question.
Dang, Nyheim Hines just went, wait, why did the Kansas City Chiefs need him? That doesn't make any sense at all.
Because they have to replace the other one.
Who's Callaway?
Akeem Hunt.
Akeem Hunt, yeah.
All right, around the board.
Okay.
Or around the
We're
clock.
going to have about 3 picks here very soon.
Yeah.
So, Josie Jewell, I'm just looking at kind of BPA now.
What do
Josie
you think about
Jewell,
Terrell Edmonds, just in general? Maybe not for this pick, but
I
just
don't
in
mind
general.
him. That's the
Poona
brother
Ford
of-
is there.
That's his brother, you know. Edmonds,
Oh.
the linebacker.
Yeah, of Tremaine
Virginia
Edmonds,
Tech,
yeah.
Yep. Josie Jewell's
scrolling
kind of
down a
popping
little
up to
bit.
me here.
Yeah, he'd be kind of like in the Cantrell brothers mold of a pick. Man.
Brian O'Neill's still there.
Boy, there's not a lot here. I wouldn't mind, at this point, I wouldn't
Yeah.
mind O'Neal. We don't have a tackle yet.
Jalen Holmes. Chris Warren.
Yeah.
Luke Falk's still there. Still, of course.
Tanner
he is.
Lee. Poor Tanner Lee. You sick son of a... Durham Smythe.
I guess that Ryan Izzo and Austin Prohl are related to the former NFL namesakes.
Probably.
My vote's Josie Jewell because there's nobody or Brian O'Neill because there's nobody popping up. I like Isaac Yadam too, but we can wait on
Arif.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine with Josie Jewell.
Josie Jewell, come on down. You joined the ranks.
depth linebacker. There you go.
I do like Breland Speaks, but
Yeah, that guy.
they just got Harrison Phillips, so
Right. Royce Freeman's still out there. We should probably get a running back here.
I wish this would go faster.
Yeah,
There we go. Josie Jewell, welcome to the team. And
I
Simulator
like
is
this
running
strat.
again.
Will Hernandez, Davenport, Isaiah Oliver, Harrison Phillips, Josie Jewell. I love that. I just think it's value at every position.
yeah, it
At
is.
every pick. Yeah, maybe
All right,
Hernandez.
back on the
is above-
clock.
That's 4 potential starters.
Isaac Yada.
Yeah.
Did O'Neal go?
Well,
Brian O'Neill?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
no, he's still
Not with
Okay.
this board.
Is Josh Allen still there? Should we go Josh Allen and Brian O'Neal? GG. YG.
just to make a sham.
Yep. These last few.
Yeah, when we post
That's a
the
developmental guy.
Yeah, when
I
we
like how
post
JT
the
Barrett's going
screenshot-
higher than. Yeah.
Nope.
Josh Allen's finally
Josh
gone.
Allen's gone.
Hey, Mike White.
Hey,
My God.
I'd be fine with Mike White. Absolutely. I
Looks
would
like we
love
can
Mike.
wait until the last friggin' pick to
Why
get
is
him.
he so low? For Tanner Lee?
Pick machine?
Nope.
Jeez.
Oh, Brian Neal's still there chilling.
I'm okay getting him. Who do we
Yep.
have at guard and center? I know asking you to click on more.
Sean Welsh. If you can't tell at home, this computer's moving a little slow right now.
Coleman Shelton.
It's not so much the computer.
This is what
No,
the
I'm
people
sorry, not the
listen
computer,
for.
the website.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we're fine on DL and edge. So
Safety? Punter?
but, I mean,
Let's go get our quarterback.
Let's
Mike
take a
White.
look at safety and punter. Let's not look at punter. Never mind. I don't care.
Cameron Kelly.
Yeah,
Who's a guy?
that's Godwin Igabuge. I remember saying his name.
My vote, Isaac Yadam, even though we already took a corner, Mike White, or what
Let's
kind
get
of,
Brian O'Neill.
or Brian O'Neill. Who's the running back?
Oh, yeah.
Nobody.
Let's get Brian O'Neill.
Akron Wadley last
Brian
pick?
O'Neill, come on down. You'll probably be gone, but whatever. Now you're here. Started from the top. Now you're here.
Okay. All right.
This is so funny.
Can you go like second round?
That's
a great
draft.
Yeah, it's also impossible.
Yes. The fact that we had Davenport, Taven Bryan, or James Daniels sitting there. Can you imagine going Hernandez, James Daniels?
Right?
Oh, that would be
Zimmer
fun.
probably listens to the end of this pod just for comedy.
Yep.
He's like, dude, I lost Teddy. I need something to pick me up.
All right, we're on the clock again. Third of the sixth rounders.
What?
Great.
Speaking your mic, Luke.
Mike, I said Mike White.
What about Poona Ford? Get another defensive
He'll be
lineman.
there in
Oh,
seventh.
Puna.
He'll be there in the 7th. No, he's not.
All right.
I'm fine with either.
Mike White's going to be there in the 7th.
Touche. That's where we're at.
Yeah. All right. So it's going to be Poona Ford and Mike White. That's what who we're drafting.
Okay.
And that's the remaining picks.
Okay.
Yeah. And
All right, read it off.
Will Hernandez at 30. Marcus Davenport, the edge rusher from UTSA. Him and Morgan, chemistry. Wait, no. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're finally done with the 6th round.
Yeah, Josh Allen went to the Rams in the 6th round.
So funny. Was he going to do play tight end? Isaiah Oliver got the slot corner in the 3rd round. 5th round, Harrison Phillips.
5th round, Harrison Phillips.
6th rounder, Josie Jewell, Brian O'Neill, and Puna Ford of Tejas.
I just love the depth that they added at all. I mean, D-line, look at it. Harrison Phillips, Puna Ford, and Marcus Davenport.
Oh, we should. So
what a great mix of young guys with Jaleel Johnson.
So we
Sheldon.
should consider Ikram Wadley at running back, but let's also take a look at the receivers to compete with Treadwell
For sure.
and Coley.
Bringing a 7th rounder, compete with Treadwell. I run stairs, man.
Jester Ware.
I got nothing on that.
Ray McLeod just on name value.
Nothing on
Quadri
those names.
Henderson would play the exact opposite role, but that'd be kind of fun.
Braxton Berrios. I got nothing on any of those names.
Braxton Berrios was the super small guy at the Super Bowl.
I know who it is. I just...
So there's Mike White.
Mike White or Wadley. Dimitri Flowers. Go tight end just real quick.
It's gonna be people
there's
you
nothing
don't.
real quick. That's right.
Yeah, there's nothing real quick.
Tom, what are you rocking now?
It's
over
about
there?
to rain men.
Ah, yes.
Because it is literally raining men.
yes.
So, okay. Dalton Schultz. Smythe is there. Honestly, Smythe is going to be more
7th?
useful than Ikram Wadley.
We're at a
or-
7th right now.
Yeah, let's get Smythe.
All right,
do it.
Durham Smythe, come on down. You
Woo!
are joining the ranks.
Spielman, GG. Buddy.
Yeah.
Gee.
First day of OTAs with Durham Smythe. It's like a... So what's Quentin Nelson like?
Notre Dame. Yeah, right. Notre Dame, boy.
Yep.
I like that draft,
Pair him
guys.
with Kyle Rudolph, right?
I
is
like
done.
that draft a lot.
Is in the draft.
That's a good history of Notre Dame tight ends, right? John Carlson,
Carlson.
Kyle Rudolph,
Tyler Eifert.
Durham Smythe. I just meant on the Vikings.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah.
I'm sure Alan Page
Okay,
took,
is that it?
I'm sure Alan Page took a snap or two at tight end.
Probably.
All right,
Have you set?
We're calling
Get up,
UDFAs. We're calling Mike White right now, right?
Yeah.
And Wadley.
We're calling Mike White and Wadley.
Got it.
All right, so that is the simulation. You got Will Hernandez, Marcus Davenport, Isaiah Oliver, Harrison Phillips.
Remember to take the screenshot
Yeah.
and tweet it out
Yeah.
and act as if it's completely realistic.
Yes,
Yes.
that's how we're rolling.
Yeah.
That's how everyone.
And remember, send all your complaints to Kyle Krabs at NDT Scouting. He's the one that set a board that
Josh
allowed us
Allen
to
in the
get.
6th. the Rams.
Why would that be complaints? They'd be like, "Thank you, Mr. Krabs. Thank you for doing this."
Yeah, because that's now that he's done this, that's what's going to actually happen.
Listen to Hour 2, shows available on iTunes, Stitcher, iRadios, on coverage.com/machine. But for Luke, Arif, and Tom, I'm Andy. Say, hey, now excited about it. Listen to Hour 2, open up the phone lines.
It was set on difficult.